This session deals in detail with using favourites within the Sentencing Guidelines application. Against every index we have a star adjacent to the offence description. Clicking this star will make an offence a favourite, which means it gets added to our little pop-up list of favourite offences. Therefore, you could use this to mark all the offences that you're expecting to look at during a particular court session. These could be done obviously in the order of the offences appearing inside your court, or could be done generically for a typical type of early first hearing or adult court. So having begun to create a little selection of favourites, I can go into view that first offence favourite, and I can see that I also have a favourites pop-up from the top of the viewer. This means that I can jump from the first offence quickly to the second offence, and I can always pass over to my colleagues the page number for that next offence that we're then viewing. So as you're going through to create favourites, if you've gone to a particular offence, breach of a non-molestation order, and you miss the star, you can still make the item favourite from the top of the viewer. So adjacent to the Done button, we have a favourite star, and that has just added breach of non-molestation order as the last added favourite to our list of favourites there. Now you notice that the Favourites tab is divided into explanatory material, guidelines, bench books, pronouncements, dangerous offenders, my documents, and CPS legal guidance. This means that each section has their own dedicated favourites area. So to demonstrate this, if I just go back to an explanatory material, and we deal with a potentially high-income footballer, I may wish to make that favourite for discussion within a particular case. Therefore, within the explanatory tab, within the favourites pop-up, we have that item for high-income offenders made favourite. The same follows for court bench books. If we have an item made favourite, for instance a youth court bench book, that will appear within the bench books within the youth court section. And just to highlight, the bench books include Adult Family Youth Crown and Companion to Crown Court, and we can switch to these from that menu there. Alternatively, we can swipe left and right to switch between those different Adult, Youth, Family, Crown Court and Companion bench books. So making a favourite from the Adult Court bench books will give me a favourite on the bench books tab within the adult section. Really pretty similar for pronouncements, so we have within pronouncements adult, Welsh adult, family, youth and Welsh youth, and the same applies. So if I make some favourites for an adult court, these will appear within the pronouncements adult section. We can also make favourite items from my documents. So for example, I have a programme of programmes offered by the Warwickshire Probation Trust, which could be useful in a particular benchroom discussion. And we also have favourites within CVS legal guidelines. So all of these favorites will be displayed within their particular section. And just finally, just going back to search for particular items, if I look for a bladed description or items relating to that, I also have the ability to make favorite particular legal guidance or particular offences from the search results screen, and they get added into their appropriate section in favorites. So we've added bladed article possession of as an offence. If I click on offences, you can see that's added at our last entry. And finally, if you've spent an amount of time creating your typical favourites for the courts that you sit in, you can export these to a favourites file so that you have a secure copy of these typical offence favourites, which you can save back to your PC or Mac via iTunes file sharing sentencing guidelines. That's completed the export. So I can choose to clear my favourites to go into a different court session, and then if I wish to recover my definitive list of favourites, I can just re-import them from my file sharing area.